You know, I want to share a little story with you today. It's about a pretty ordinary day that, well, ended up teaching me a pretty extraordinary lesson. It all kicked off with an errand I had to run, and let me tell you, I was dreading it. I really did not want to go. So this errand, it felt like such a heavy weight. And before I even got my keys to leave the house, my mind was already just filled with a whole list of complaints. First off, the errand itself. I needed to pick up some new medication. Now, I've been blessed with good health most of my life, so the idea of needing to take pills, it just didn't sit right with me. It was just this little reminder that, well, I'm getting older. And then, to make things even more complicated, I'd heard on the news that the hospital was in the middle of a strike. So I'm thinking, great, I'm going to drive all the way over there and I probably won't even be able to get what I need. It just felt like a waste of time already. And the cherry on top? The drive. If you've ever driven in Southern California, you know what I'm talking about. I was just steeling myself for all the traffic and the headache that comes with it. But as I got in the car and started that drive with all this grumbling going on in my head, something shifted. I had an unexpected passenger, you could say. It's hard to describe, really. It wasn't anything physical, not like a stroke or anything like that. It was just this warm feeling, a tender touch on my spirit. I just knew, deep in my soul, that it was the Holy Spirit making his presence known, right there in the car with me. And then, in that quiet moment in the car, a question came to my heart. It was so simple, but so profound. Why are you upset? It just cut right through all my complaining. And that one little question, well, it changed everything. My whole perspective started to turn. The Holy Spirit just began to gently remind me of all the things I was completely overlooking in my bad mood. It was like a flood of gentle reminders. Hey, you have a car to drive. You have the time to go do this. There's gas in the tank. The hospital isn't that far away. It's only about 15 minutes. You have health insurance that's going to pay for this medicine. And it's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Each one was a blessing I'd completely taken for granted. And as I thought about all those things, my heart just changed. The grumbling and complaining just melted away. And right there, driving down the road, I started praising and praying instead. So with this totally new attitude, I pulled into the hospital parking lot. And what I found when I got there, well, it was a complete surprise. I had braced myself for the absolute worst. I was expecting chaos because of the strike, nowhere to park, a huge line at the pharmacy. But the reality? The place was empty. A ghost town. I got a parking spot right by the door, and there wasn't a single person in line. And why was it so quiet? Well, it turns out it was Super Bowl Sunday. The whole city, it seemed, was at home watching the big game. The whole errand took no time at all. I was back home so fast, my wife was completely surprised to see me. When I told her what happened, she just gave me that knowing smile and said, "See, this is why we always need to be thankful." She was right. So that day, that simple, dreaded errand, it turned into this incredibly powerful lesson for me. It was a real takeaway about gratitude that has stuck with me ever since. And here's the lesson. We're meant to give thanks in all circumstances, not just when things are easy or going our way. In everything, for this is God's will for us. That simple, powerful instruction comes from the Bible. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18. It's something worth remembering, maybe the next time you are facing a reluctant errand of your own.